Oh, wow, that's lovely. Thank you. So, as I said, hello and welcome to the xTool Squad Host live stream. Live, so yeah, then you make things like forgetting to turn on the microphone. Um, yeah, beginner stream is what we're gonna do. Unprepared as per usual, because I would like to show you guys just workshop vibe, how it goes in real without all the polished or explanatory extras. So you won't get the wrong expectations. I like to sometimes, yeah, hello. Now I have sound. Um, because I feel sometimes that because of the overflow on stuff on the internet, people might sometimes get the wrong impression. You know, a reel is super quick, 10 seconds, and you see poop, 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 and it's done. Looks amazing, looks all beautiful, but those people have actually been working there for quite a bit of time on their project, and they also had to solve problems that were occurring on their way, on their path. And kind of want to bring that back so you don't feel like you fail or you are stupid or you can't do it, because you can. Um, and that's kind of what I would like to go into. Um, Everybody starts as a beginner, and there's no shame in that. Even the biggest professionals started as a beginner, and they still apply things that they learned at the beginning because those are the essentials, so to say. And from that on, you can build upwards. You can't start at the top. At least 99% of the people can't. So let's do that. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I think the last time I said something about um, maybe making like those fridge magnets. That would be fun. I actually found some magnets, but now I don't know where I put them. So that is my mission for after the stream. Before the next time that I will then be here. I will be here on Wednesday as well, just so you know. And to do my standard blah 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 blah, there is the code in case that you would like to have an extra discount on any of your purchases in the shop. Use that Nicole20. That will give you a €20 extra discount. And in case that you consider to buy a machine or whatever, if you want to start crafting yourself, here is the link to my demo room. I have the xTool S1. I can give demos for that, but I am in Denmark. So if you would like to have a live demo on location, you're gonna need to be in Denmark or in north of Germany or something like that. Of course, you may fly all the way from America as well. I think there is a lot of other hosts in America that can also do that for you. The benefit, because it doesn't always have to be on location, you can also get it online, which is quite handy, especially in this computer era. But the cool thing about it is if you would consider to buy a machine, you can get a host to demo for you. I am not alone. I'm part of the xTool squad, so there's a whole lot of my colleagues that we all help one another, and we have so many people in different locations. There's kind of always should be a demo host near you. And if you want to purchase a machine, any discount that is currently going, if the host assists you with your order, you get an extra %. Now, it doesn't sound like much, but in case that you buy a machine of like €5,000, that's always a little bit of extra help. Then you don't need to eat dry bread for the rest of the month, maybe. So, always good. Yeah, that was it. Thanks for watching, and no, just kidding. Okay, I'm gonna put on some music. I hope it's not gonna be loud. I'm gonna check the volume this time, so I don't blast you guys' ears out. I'm gonna look at our lovely Straw, who is always loyally watching. so he can tell me if his ears have gotten blasted. So here it comes. Oh, it comes over my speaker probably. Okay, now I hope that that is gonna be working. And now I'm gonna go to my other screen. There. Ta-da! So this is something that we made a little while ago. I'm gonna do this and see if I can find the stickers that I was making. Or do you guys want me to make new stickers? I can go higher. Oh, the music can go higher. Okay, let me. Okay. Maybe this is better. Well, it's actually very silent, isn't it? I think it's not coming through, is it? Did I break it again? I think I fixed it. Going to there. No, I think this should be in balance-ish. Now it should be nicely on the background if I see that correctly. Okay, let's see. Would you guys like me to make new stickers or use the stickers I already had? These ones. So for those who don't know that, this is Freaky Me. That is my artist name, so to say. She is my self-reflection. That is how I imagine myself on the inside. A happy little person with split-dyed blue and pink hair and panda outfit and headphones on, and that's me. So yeah, that is Freaky Me. That is my inner world. I don't know if you guys have an inner world. I definitely do. It's a wonderful world. So we can go for, what shall we do? Freaky Me approves? Yeah, let's do that. I want to make a Freaky Me approves. There we go. Now what I have to do first. So of course we're gonna do beginner basics, so I'm gonna explain to you what happened. Is I made these in Atom. Atom is a platform also from xTool, and it's like a huge community, and it also has a lot of apps that you can use to create. So it is really helping you in case you do not have all the skills or the imagination. That platform can really help you to still easily make your own projects, so you don't have to just copy what everybody else does. And the sticker generator is one of them. Now, instead of stickers, I would like to make fridge magnets, right? So actually this one, I think I'm gonna put like a little clothing pin on. That might be nice, and I can put her anywhere. Just came up with that. I will quickly show you guys. Let's go to Adam. So this is Adam. Here you can also find really a lot of creations from other people. They also have crowdfunding now, in case that you have like a super idea and you want to bring it out properly. If you look here in projects here, I will show my own Path to Happiness. There you go. This is my own project. It's for personal use, mine. That's what you always have to look after, how you may use it. And then you can, this one for personal use, you can just take it. You can open it in xTool Studio. I will show you. Here you can see what it is. And we want to have this one. And that is how easy it is. If you just find a project that you like. I made this on a white glazed tile. I have it actually right here. And you can see there is like a very beautiful grain on it. So the whole process is done with titanium dioxide, and the whole process is also documented in there. So let's go back to Adam. Yeah, okay, got it. Here you can see, not everybody does it, but it's nice to, I actually love that one. Yeah, I'm gonna like that. I approve of this. There's often like a whole list of what you can do. So for mine, for example, I will throw it actually in the chat in case you want to find it. There you go. Then you can test it out. You can see how other people do it, and you can also be part of that community and share your own one. You can also get your credits for that, so you can earn from it. So that's really nice to do. Now let's go back to AI Make. Sorry, Creative Tools. And let's go. Oh no, it took my speed. It's now as fast as me. Can I just... Okay, so now they categorized it. Can I search for that? Stickers and prints. And then here we find the sticker generator. And then we say create new. And now we need to find some cool stickers. So let's find something. Let me see what I can use there. Maybe a wolf. This one? Yeah, this one is funny. So I'm putting this image here. And then I'm just gonna say flat. And I'm gonna ask for 9 stickers. I don't want the surrounding text. And I just want it to generate that. So now it's gonna come up with 9 stickers based upon that one. And that will take me 6 credits, so I can make quite a few stickers still. You can also just say text to sticker, so you can write a prompt about that. Okay, now that really definitely changed the style. So, which is okay. I think it's quite cute, but it's not exactly what I was hoping for, honestly. So let me... The puppy eyes is actually really cute. So... this one's also quite cool. No, I want to try the other one still. I'm just gonna keep it at cartoon. And let's do it again. Do it again! So here you can see this one, the flat one, it creates really a different style. Okay, now the cartoon one went really anime cute. Ay ay ay. So yeah, those are the stickers so far. I can also show you. So this is the easy way, right? So you can just select from here. I want to have them all, and I will say this is kiss cut, so it will have an area around it. You can also make it directly on it. So that's the die cut. The border width you can choose how thick it is, and the color you can also choose, like to be black or a different color. I don't think they need to be a color at all. So I will just say export selected, and then they will be added. When I say open in Studio, it goes to the one you already have open. Unless you don't have xTool Studio open yet, then it will just open it in something else. So now I'm actually on a different one, so I just Control X, and I'm just gonna put it right here with the rest. There we have some of the other stickers. Now I can show you also how you can do this by yourself. So let's say we take, where is it now? This one. Actually I want to make, I'm gonna ask AI make for this. I send the image in, and you finish the image so the ear isn't cut off. I think I can just do the fast. So there's a difference between fast and the quality mode, because it's a higher quality. But for quick things, the fast mode is usually fine. Or break wood. So yes, preserving the monochrome ink style is fine. See, it also says it. He will. It's a good idea. and he will just keep the preserved inks line work. The missing ear is not extended, mister. I'm opening it. It's not extended at all. Just oh, I can't type anymore. You just copied the image back as is. Sometimes you need to just rant to the AI. What do you mean? You extended it. You did not. It's really funny. I work so much with different types of AI, and I like to get to the bottom of how they work and how they react and function, because they kind of all have their own pros and cons. And it's so nice how you can sometimes just argue with them without ever having to feel afraid, like you would do with a human, you know, like, oh yeah, if I say this bluntly how I feel it, then they might feel hurt. Okay, there it is. See? Sometimes you just have to keep your positive. There we go. That's what we wanted. Now I kind of cut it off a little bit on the bottom, but we're gonna fix that. So this one is gonna go, and this one is also gonna go. I'm gonna show you guys how I do that. And I've been mocked recently about this, how messy I work. But it is what it is. That is my signature. Messy workflow, but good result. Better than the other way around, right? To have a very organized workflow and a bad result. So I want to make a sticker of this. So I click this, then I go to the top and say edit. Now I can say AI cutout. Yeah, that will actually be nice. I'm not gonna use the credits for this because I think this is gonna be too simple to use credits for. So when you have the magic wand, you select a color range. Yes, indeed. In chaos we create beauty. That is a very beautiful line, actually. So when you click that, you can also choose how much of that you want. So this one is going 40 different shades away from the pixel I clicked. But I can also make that, okay, you can only go like 5 pixels away. Then you see it only goes 5 pixels away. And if you zoom in, you see that there's like different colors, right? This is lighter, here it's darker. And actually there's like a lot of different shades in that, more than that you usually can see easy with the naked eye. So, and if I do it all the way up, it will usually select too much. See, now this is all also gone. Now it doesn't matter for engraving, but still I prefer to only take away the excess there. So I'm gonna go with 35, and I see this looks actually pretty fine. Did it? Okay, did not take anything off there, so that's great. Now if you go to the eraser, anybody that ever worked with like Paint or Photoshop, GIMP, they all know what the eraser does. It erases. Yes, it does. And I actually just want to improve the shape here. So I'm just gonna go like so. And I'm just gonna make sure that this looks nice and rounded instead of... So I'm gonna take a little bit away, more away than that I need to. Go a bit deeper in here. This gets cut off. And I want it here. So because, oh, no. Sometimes it just locks on my mouse. And then it takes away more than I want. So I'm taking this here also away. I'm just gonna make it like a nice curve like so. You won't really be bothered by this too much, honestly, but so you don't have to be all too precise, but that is kind of what I find very hard. So kind of end up always doing it anyway. So I just try to make these corners like look more natural, as if that is part of my drawing that's finished and not just got cut off. So with the mouse wheel you can scroll in and out, right? So I'm trying to not be too precise because otherwise the stream will be too long. So please don't mock me for it. I'm not doing it tidy. It's just to keep the speed into it. There we go, and up here a little bit. Just giving this like so. Very unfortunate curve there. I think I'll just take away a bit of this instead. No, it's again locked to my mouse. I don't know why I do that sometimes, why it gets locked. So here I'm just taking bits and pieces away. So. I could optionally play also with the magic wand here, but I kind of don't want to show you guys. I can just make sure that I click only in the region here. Why didn't you do that before? Well, because I kind of don't like that there are so much little pieces left, but let's go with it. Let's go with it. That's what we do. Now this hair strand can go. You will see later on why I choose sometimes to not keep certain parts. Here I make sure that all these things are like nicely rounded instead of that straight cutoff, right? Maybe also this one a bit shorter so it is not all the same. Okay, now that part is fine. Okay, so now we did that. Now it actually looks kinda ish like a. I'm gonna make this one shorter because otherwise it still looks too shaved off. I think that's nicer. So sometimes you need to just look from a little bit from a distance. So you can see that otherwise it looks too straight off. Now it's better. Now this looks more natural. So you can, in this case, just confirm. And now you see that there's still a whole white box around it. Now, it doesn't really do anything, except if you want to line stuff out. So you want to use auto align, you say, okay, line this one up in the middle. Then it will think that this is the middle, where this little box is. Which is not, because we want the middle of this part, not of this part. So what you then do is you go to crop image. You just make sure that you, oh, there goes this whisker. Crop it till it's close to the edges. And now when you say line out, then you will have it properly lined out or aligned. Now this is my sticker, right? But we want to have, just like the other ones here, we want to have this nice little border. Now it's very simple to do that. You just click on offset. And that's why we had to first remove all the excess parts. And we are gonna say, no, 2 is a little bit too narrow. So we're gonna go with 4. That's already better. Very grilly, but that's also because it's, of course, the style in general is also like that. So let's go, this is too much. I think 4 was actually fine, but it gets a little bit too pointy, but we're gonna fix that. So now we made our own sticker, right? So this is going to be around that, and that will then be our fridge magnet, for example. But let's say I want to not have it all those. There we go. We just click on simplify, and now it already makes a lot less of these. And now I can just go here, and I say delete. This one I double click, so it becomes smooth. I can do that with multiple, so it still keeps kind of the shape, just not as intense as before. Now this one I actually want to move out a little bit. You can drag these little handles here. Now this one here kind of. So that is how you can very easy adjust the shape, so it doesn't look all that. So I just remove this one, makes it way too much. I just do this. This way it will still have enough space around the drawing. You see how beautiful that is? It's very easy. So I just double click it. That will change the style of the notes. And then you get also those handles. In my previous streams I have explained this quite a few times. I can go over it next time, possibly. So let's take this one out. We're gonna take this one out. And we're just gonna make our own little version of this and just move this one like so. There's also too much going on, so I just do this, and then I'll just say like so. See, it's still now. Oops, now I made an extra one. So if you randomly click on the line, you will create an extra node. Hello, Lucy. Nice to see you too. Hope you had a nice weekend. Let's remove this. Thank you. So I'm gonna double click this so it makes it smooth. And then I'm just gonna play around with these. This one is very far out. I want this one. Different one. Well, I don't want to have that. So there. Now it's better, right? Yes, I also had a fine weekend. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna remove these. This one. This one. And I don't want to have it. That it is too sharp over corners, except for that one. Let's go. Come on. Total asymmetry. Like so. And I think we now, this one's too much. Can just do that with the curve here. This one is too much. I think this is fine. So this is how we can just simplify it. And we say done. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I can promise you that. Today I have been actually working on some projects that I started enthusiastically. Then I already went on to the next thing because it's so much fun to do, right? So, and I ended up finishing it today. So I actually have them here in front of me. Let me see if I can show. Let's take a quick break from that one and hope that this will work. Imagine that things go as they should today. That would be really, really scary. Okay, so let's say this. Oh yeah. Yeah, it does. Okay, let's create some light with that. There you go. So this is one of the projects that I did a little while ago on the stream, and the wood that I actually use is just this very simple basswood, nothing special. I don't know if you can see it like this. This is just normal basswood plywood. And I used this one, a wood stainer, and now it looks like walnut. That's kind of cool, right? So, and this is also something I created in Atom. So on atom.com you can maybe see still the link that I sent in. It's one of my other projects that I shared. And that is one that I made through Atom. But I found all the other ones so generic, and well, since I'm a hopeless nerd, I felt like, okay, I'm gonna need something nerdy. So I made myself a nerdy style, and it is so easy to do. So yeah, I just, these were engraved, then scored, so you can see those lines better. Maybe I can show that a little bit closer. So you see the lines of her here. That is how you can make sure that they are better visible. The rest is just cut out, and it's actually two types of wood, because the backside is actually just very normal MDF, and the front is the basswood plywood. So, and now I showcase how bad I am at puzzling. No, I'm not, just kidding. So, and the other one is this one. And that comes also from one of the projects on Adam. That is the layered projects. And it needed some adjustments because it wasn't in a one go the way I wanted it. But yeah, I call this little creature the Bogaborobo. And oh yeah, I today have been painting it. It has like a nice magical shimmer to it. Yeah, and that is how you keep going and going and going, because you just keep getting ideas and crafts, and my S1 is just like, okay, next, let's do it, next. Felt, ceramics, glass, everything. And yeah, at some point you just feel like you want to engrave everything that you can put your hands on. So and what machine would you think you would like? Is there anything that you would specifically like to make? Because there are so many different machines. For me, that was the first time, like, I don't know. I learned a great deal after that. For me, the S1 was definitely the right choice because I had to learn. And it's a very nice and safe machine to start learning with, because you kind of can't really mess it up. You want to make dices, yeah, but what kind of dices, what material would you like to make them from? Dices in true nerd spirit. Yeah, but would you like to have them like solid wood, or would you like to make them from, I don't know, metal, acrylic? What materials would you see yourself use to make dices? As shiny as possible. Well, then I would suggest that you create some cool engravings, maybe like on wood, and then you're gonna make them into a little cube with epoxy, and then just layer them in there. I think that would be kind of cool. In a blue metallic color. Yeah. I think you can do something cool with that. I have been even I don't think I have it. Do I have any here? No. I do have like this cardstock. And I actually made very beautiful business cards with it. And you can just engrave on that, and it's so beautiful. Azir Drogon vibe. I don't know who is Azir Drogon. Oh, also my newest project. It has not been shown anywhere yet, so. What do you guys think of this? It's a little bit big, but this is my new creative spark going. So using just the natural color of the wood to make it look like it has it's sitting on at a table. So this panda sits at a table, it's fully satisfied, half asleep. So let me meanwhile work further on this. Why is that only so far in the corner? So silly. Okay, quickly fixing that. How frustrating. There. It's like, why is that so small? Sometimes I think I do stuff with OBS and I have no idea. It just randomly is like that. I didn't do it. I think that's one of the most things that people that are in the IT help desks that they hear. I did not do anything. I didn't touch it. I don't know if there's any support team people listening. If I would like to know, tell me if that's true, if that is the thing you hear most, that they didn't touch it, they didn't do anything. Very curious about that. Okay, shall we go and make this? Because that, I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. Let's... So we also have some test grids. Shall I show you where you can find the test grid in case you want to make one for yourself? So in here you can find applications, and there you can find material test array. Now, if I select only my wolf head, I can say material test array, and you will see, if I zoom out, this is my material test array. So the material, I'm gonna say, okay, I want to do it on wood. And now it makes a standard test array for wood on what would be helpful. And the thing that you have to know is that the setting for a bitmap is different than actually for a vector, and I will show you why. So a bitmap has different shades. I made this one last week, and here it actually shows very beautifully. So this one is the bitmap engraving. It's both the same image, and this one actually has shades. So you see that here it is like a lighter burnt, and here it is more intense burnt, right? So you have a... How the laser does that, it reduces the power on the parts where it has to be less dark. So you have a gradient. Whereas if you have a vector, everything is black. So every bit that is engraved is just only black. There is no gradients, no shades. So that is the big difference. So if I use the same settings for this as on this one, maybe something here might black out, or maybe coming through way less than here. So here everything gets too intense, where here it might not get intense enough. because it will maybe just not do anything on the parts that are lighter gradient. So, and then you have the last one. This is score, where it just follows the path along. And there you see that is extra deep. And only the lines. So that gives it's a whole different style. So bear that in mind. Now I have selected the bitmap. So this is a bitmap with shades. So it will give you the best results for a bitmap. I'm not gonna do the test grid today. Maybe we can do the test grid on Wednesday, so you guys can see. I can make more of like these, so you can actually see what the difference is. We will make the same image, and one is gonna be just kind of like this, the same image, but then one made into a vector and one still being a bitmap. And then we're gonna check out the differences. So for now I will just close this, and we just hop back to stickers, because that's what we were doing, right? So I would like to put this one on the fridge in case that someone is stealing my favorite chocolate. Let me see. There. I have this piece of wood. You can see it's just leftover wood because I already took quite some projects out of this one. It was actually my Easter tray that I made for all my chocolates. And let's go and make that in the machine. So let's swap and go from here to there. The machine is currently sleeping. Let's wake her up. Hello. And what we do first is we're gonna put my piece of wood in. And I use a clamp. So now it will stay in place nicely. So we want to have this wolf. Do we want to have any text with that? I'm gonna make a silly text. Unless you guys are gonna say something, what you want, then I swap over to what you say. Otherwise I just proceed. This is a joke that I have with someone. I think this one is nice. So, and I will do for this one, I will do the same. I will say offset, and I will say 4. I think actually it needs to be a bit more. Confirm. And now I'm gonna combine these. So I select only this one and this one, and then I will say union. Actually, it's a little bit sad that it's, yeah, it's fine. So we say union, and now you see it became 1. Okay, Straw, thank you for being there today, and sweet dreams for later. So when you click on this, now we can still edit it, because I don't like that this is going all the way in. So I can just select all these. Yeah, I will just delete them here. And now you see it has a nice... Yeah. now it feels more like one part, right? And it's not glued together. So this way we made our own sticker. If that went too fast or you need more help with this or slower, feel free to reach out. You can see this way. All my links up there. You can go to sewit.com/sew-it links. Sew-it-links. There you can find all my links, so you can find the way that suits for you to find search for contact, and then I can help you because I gladly help. Now let's go and make this. This is kind of a guilt trip now. Yeah. So let's first, we need to find a setting. So I'm gonna go. What did I do here? 65. Let's go with 65, 200. I see that these are all still on, so let's turn this off. And these on. Now this I'm gonna set to cut. So cut is 100% power. And well, this is kind of thick wood. It's 5, I think. So I'm gonna go with 6 speed. Always stay with your machine. It's essential, is like super important. Why is this still on? I thought I turned that off. Okay, now you can see here if you if they are off, they show ignored. So here you can kind of have a quick overview of what is turned on. Now, what did we say? 65, 200, right? Is what we're gonna go for. So say 65. Oh, I was already over it. You can also just click it and type it in 200. And this one, I'm just gonna do the same. Even though that this is a vector, I think it's fine. It may also be a little bit darker because it's text. Now, this one is something I always like to do. Now we do that actually later. I'm gonna show you how nice it is when you put extra scoring at the end. Okay, now we're gonna continue. So the design is ready. That's what we did. And if you click now on here and you see that I have not put the crosshair above it, so I will first do that. So you put the crosshair above your work. Now you can see it, right? And then I click auto measure. And you will see that it will take the depth. And then on the far right, it's gonna reset itself on the little foot there. And now you can see we obtained the distance, the depth. Now we want to have a working area, because I don't know how big this is. I did not measure my wood. Normally I would measure it, but I did not do that. So I'm gonna go with rectangle because it's quite a square shape there anyway. And then I go to my machine and I place it in the top left corner where I can reach furthest. So I make sure that the legs of my crosshair are lining up to the wood till where I can go. Then I press the button on the front of my machine. And then I go all the way to the right and click the bottom side. So that would be my square that I choose because, well, it's not super wide. So I'll say end marking and done. Now you can see this is the field that I definitely have laying there to engrave on or to cut out. So it's also not selectable, so you can't do anything with it, so don't be afraid to drag it. So now I can make this smaller, and I can actually just do it like so. We go a little bit bigger. There. Making sure that it is on. You can also move it with your arrow keys for a minimal movement. Now this should be fine. I'm not going to choose the material now because I chose my own material with my own settings. If I would now choose a material, it might change it upon the settings that the community or xTool themselves have set in the material library. So I don't need that now because I did it based upon my own engraving, test engraving. And that is, it's always good to do that for any material that you have, because your machine reacts to your environment, how moist your air is, how warm the temperature is, how often it is used already. So, and also the material itself. The one batch of plywood can be different from the batch of plywood from a different store. Even from the same store they can differ. So it's always good to see if you have a spare part. Just do a material test where you can, so you can have the best quality of engraving. Now I'm gonna go with this. Okay. Double checking. So if I click now on process, it's going to give me an estimate time of 5 minutes and 54 seconds. So that's what we're going to go for. And here it gives me a warning, a high power and low speed have been set for this processing task. 1. Ensure that the base plate is clean without any wood or other combustible residues. So make sure that if you did wood before, that there's not like little pieces of wood, because they capture or they catch fire way faster than a thick piece of wood. And pay attention to the material processing status inside the machine. So just keep your eyes on it. I have seen photos of people who have not done it, and they have been at the wrong setting, and well, their machine was not usable anymore because that burned out. That's not what you want, so always stay close. You work with a laser, it's always possible for a fire hazard, so always keep your eyes on it, even if it has an extinguisher. Yes, the S1 has an extinguisher. Still stay always with it. Better safe than sorry. So let's do that. Now it is sending the file over to my machine, so even if we disconnect here by accident, it will still keep going, which I think is great. So I'm going to roll over to my machine now, and I'm going to press the button as it is indicated over there. Hello. Now come. No. This is my little office mascot. Here, come here. Oh. You want to say hello? You want to say hello? Here, come on. Say hello, Pixie. Say hello. You want a cookie? Do you want a cookie? Oh, someone wants a cookie, huh? Josie wants a cookie too. So I have two mascots here. Okay, Pixie, go. And this one is for Josie. Josie, come on. Hip, hip. Oh, come here. Are you shy? Come here. Go for it. Make some whistle. Okay. Come on. Hey, Pixie. No, you're being jealous. Oh. No, you're not getting a cookie. Come here, Josie. Here, come on. Come on. Come here. Yeah. Yeah. She's an old lady. They always keep me company. It's nice to have them. It's also one of the reasons why I really like having my S1, because the lid can't, or the machine can't operate with the lid open. So it gives me a nice safe feeling. It has a good extraction. So hey. Now here you see the process where it is cutting. It's very satisfying to watch, and you can see how many fumes are actually coming off. Still have some coffee left. This is what I mean. You don't see this normally. Normally you miss out on that. Workshop life, drinking coffee, waiting till your project is done. Now I don't really see that it's gotten lower, so I'm not 100% sure if it was actually strong enough to get through at one go. So I'm gonna double check that by keeping it in place and then feeling with my other hand to see if it came loose or not. I'll wait till it's extracted a bit. Now you can hear it is done. Oh, I don't know if you can hear, but I can hear it. So we open the lid. I keep my hand pressed, and you see I can actually see that it is loose. So that's good. I'm not going to move it just yet, because now you can see how this looks from up close. Now keep an eye out on how this looks now, right? Because I'm gonna do something now that I always feel like is very nice to have. That gives it just a little bit more depth. So we go finished. Now I take this exact text, or we can just turn everything off for a second. We take only the text, turn it back on, and then we click on score. Now the score, we went with 65 power for that, and then we had 200. So I think we can go with 250. And now we say process. I hope I did it right. We say start. And now we're gonna press the button. Now you will see that it is gonna score around those letters. Looks like it's that's the right setting for this one. And that's it. It doesn't take very long. I wait again till the extractor has extracted all the fumes. I believe I have set mine to 30 seconds. You can choose your own setting for that. There it goes. And now you can see the difference. Now that looks a lot more in-depth, right? So I personally prefer this. Come on now. And here it is. So I can make that into a fridge magnet. I can put like a magnet inside of the back here. And then we can put it on the fridge. And I think I will just also use like a wood stain to give it a different wood look. So it looks like more luxurious, which I personally like. And we can possibly also see if we want to maybe give a bit of color to the wolf. But yeah, I'll show you once more. Let me go to here. Let me see if this one works now. I don't think so. No. So I still haven't been able to fix that. There. But now you can see it from really up close, how it looks. And I really like how this is now in depth. You can see the difference. This is like a flat engraving on top of it, but this really looks like this is laid in there, which I personally really enjoy. That little detail that makes it just like a little bit more finished. So yeah, that is today's stream about making stickers, how to make your own sticker. I didn't do any of my self-reflection ones, but well, I guess I'm gonna have to do those in my own time. So let's go here for a bit. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I will always gladly help. Again, up here you can see the website link where you can find all the other links, so the link to the links. Here is the demo code if you want to get in touch for a demo, or you would like to have a host assist for that extra %. And on this side, if you have anything else from the store and you would like to grab a quick €20 off, then you can gladly use that code. Wednesday I'm gonna be here again, and I think we're gonna do a new material test for that thick piece of wood that I have, so we can see how that works and what is the difference between the bitmap and the vector one. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for today, and see you on Wednesday.